You tuned in to the Iceman Show. I'm your host, the Iceman. More bounce to the ounce than I say what counts. Don't nobody go home to the fact man fucks. What's happening, chocolate people? And all people in between. What's crack-a-lacking? Thank you for joining the Iceman Show podcast here on a Tuesday evening. Decided to get the get down popping off. Got a lot of things we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to take a short break, and I'll be right back. Keep it locked right here on the Iceman Show podcast. What's crack-a-lacking? Anything but the money is lacking. Can you dig it? Decided to get at y'all on a Tuesday afternoon. I took a long break. I wanted to get out and get some things cracking. Take some time off, get my head straight, try to get this book finished. I'm working on my second book, The Dating Bible. It will be out by June. So make sure you keep, stay informed. Make sure that you are hooked up with, you're hooked up with me on Facebook Live or the Mad Voodoo Man channel on YouTube, as well as blogtalkradio.com/The Iceman Show. Right now, we're doing the triple cast. That's right, we're doing the triple cast on a Tuesday. Normally, I don't do that. Normally, I save that for Saturday, the Players Circle. But we're gonna get it popping like that tonight because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So let me give y'all the guest call-in number. The guest call-in number for Blog Talk Radio, if you want to call in and be heard and get your discussion on. Guest call-in number is area code 646-668-2291. Area code 646-668-2291. So please, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to call in. Everybody's welcome. Ladies, you're welcome to weigh in. You can agree or not agree. We're not here to beat people's opinions down, but you do need to be respectful. Okay? I don't want to hit the mic on you. I don't want to cut your mic. I want to make sure you are heard. So this is not a male-only show, but yeah, we lean a little toward the fellas. But ladies, you can get some of this game too. Game is for everybody. It ain't just for the brothers. It ain't just for the sisters. You know, if you Latino, if you Caucasian, whatever you may be, Asian, whatever, you can get some of this game. I have people who listen to me and watch me from all over the world. I got Colombian folks. I got a lot of Dominican folks. And I ain't been over there in a minute. I ain't been to Santiago and Santo Domingo in a minute. I got a homegirl that work over there at a hotel I stayed at in Santiago. I got to email her. I ain't talked to her in years. But I got a lot of peeps over there. I got a lot of peeps. For some reason, I got a lot of people that listen to me in Indonesia. I don't have that many European folks. I got a lot of UK folks and some folks around Europe, but I guarantee they're probably armed services people, which is fine. I don't care who listens. If you get some of this game, get some of this game. You digs? But anyway, got a lot of stuff that's been crack-a-lacking here in America and abroad, American geopolitics are affecting everybody everywhere. And that's something that we're going to have to deal with in 2019. By the way, I just want to say this. Welcome to the new year. Welcome to 2019. God has blessed us for another year, and we got to make it count. We got to make it pop off. Brothers and sisters, we got to get our economic game together this year. If we ain't got it together, we got to get it together. You digs? If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Don't wait till the last minute. That's why I be telling cats, a lot of brothers and sisters kind of are slipping on the Second Amendment game. Get your Second Amendment game up. Go get your hardware. Go get your steel. Don't get caught out here in these don't get caught out here in these streets slipping. Do not get caught out here in these streets slipping. Because a lot of black folks be getting caught slipping out here. When you go out here on these streets, you make sure that you strapped legally. And make sure that you ain't caught out here slipping. Especially you ladies. If you can help it, when you go shopping, have you and your girlfriends go shopping with you. Y'all do it all at once. Might save you some money anyway. Carpooling. Don't send your kids to the playground by themselves. You go over there with them. Stop sending your kids out here to get murdered by these race soldiers. I'm going to jump around tonight. I'm not going to go clearly into every topic. I think I'm going to jump around a little bit because there's a couple of things I want to get knocked out right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get some stuff knocked out right now before it get too late because I got other I want to go ahead and get this one first part done. I want to get it done so that we can move on. And I could go ahead and put this thing back over here because I gotta use my iPad for this. And you guys got to hear this because, one thing I do not like is how the white supremacist media presents our leaders from back in the day. And Dr. King was more of a rioter than a lot of people know that he was. They only take snippets out of his speeches that were safe for Caucasian folks to get with. And then they made Dr. King they didn't make him look weak, but they made him look like like he was gutless. He was somewhat gutless. And he wasn't, because he knew what kind of danger he was in at all times. But he was willing to put himself out there because he loved his people. Okay. Let me let you listen to this footage that my man the Black Authority, my man had on his channel. I heard this. I had never heard this speech before by Dr. King. He was being interviewed by someone in the mainstream press. And I want you to hear this because it's gangster what he said. So I'm going to deal with the macroeconomics first, and then we're going to get into talking about the black man being less successful than other races. But I want to get this knocked out of the way because I hate having cords and stuff hanging around all over the damn place. All right, so peep this here. Yeah, let me set this up. Exactly. Exactly. Miss Dunmars. They reduced him down to "I have a dream" when he said a whole lot more than that. And you know, have you heard that speech when he was talking about, oh, when we go to DC, we going to get that check? Remember, I did a podcast about, might have been a year ago, and I was talking about, no, it wasn't that long ago. It was probably about 6 or 7 months ago. Remember last summer, I did a podcast and I was talking about Dr. King. I might not have did it on this. I might not have did it on this one, on this Facebook Live, on this Facebook channel. I mean, Facebook page, because I got 2 pages. I think I did it on YouTube and on my other YouTube page. But Dr. King said something about getting that check. And what he was talking about, what I found out about a year ago, is that the only reason why Dr. King did the "I Have a Dream" speech is because Kennedy and them paid him 6 figures to do it. They paid him to do it. And that's why he said in that speech, going to DC to get that check. You digs? Let me without further ado, let me go ahead and get this cracking. Let me make sure I got the volume up, because I got my speakers right beside my laptop here. And hopefully if you guys can't hear it, let me know.
What is it about the Negro? I mean, every other group that came as an immigrant somehow, not easily, but somehow got around it. Is it just the fact that Negroes are black?
White America must see that no other ethnic group has been a slave on American soil. That is one thing that other immigrant groups haven't had to face. The other thing is that the color became a stigma. American society made the Negro's color a stigma. America freed the slaves in 1863 through the Emancipation Proclamation of Abraham Lincoln, but gave the slaves no land or nothing in reality, and as a matter of fact, to get started on. At the same time, America was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that there was a willingness to give the white peasants from Europe an economic base. And yet it refused to give its black peasants from Africa, who came here involuntarily in chains and had worked free for 244 years, any kind of economic base. And so emancipation for the Negro was really freedom to hunger. It was freedom to the winds and rains of heaven. It was freedom without food to eat or land to cultivate, and therefore it was freedom and famine at the same time. And when white Americans tell the Negro to lift himself by his own bootstraps, they don't look over the legacy of slavery and segregation. I believe we ought to do all we can and seek to lift ourselves by our own bootstraps, but it's a cruel jest to say to a bootless man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And many Negroes, by the thousands and millions, have been left bootless as a result of all of these years of oppression, and as a result of a society that deliberately made his color a stigma and something worthless and degrading.
Y'all hear that? If you can't hear it, hey, y'all. If you didn't hear that, let me know. If you guys don't respond, then I know you heard it. Okay, y'all heard that, right? Let me explain something to y'all. I had never heard that footage before. Okay? I never heard that before. And I was alive well before Dr. King was murdered. Okay? When I was in elementary school, right after Dr. King died, all we had in elementary school when I was growing up in the 60s and 70s, all we had was sisters, black women with big ass afros who went to HBCUs, because those were the only colleges who would provide an education to black people without us being harassed or at the worst murdered while on college campuses, even in the Midwest, Northeast, and on the West Coast. So as you can see, the white media would never want millions and millions of black people around the black diaspora around the world to hear and see and hear that kind of information that Dr. King was spitting. You understand me? Because he was definitely talking about black empowerment. Oh, he was. More so than people want to give him credit. But all you hear and all I get to hear is I have a dream. Why? Because they don't want black folks to know that Dr. King was gangster with it. Because they don't want you to rise up, because they know they in their insecurities and their fears, they fear that you gonna put them in some type of prison or kill them or whatever due to the raping, sodomizing, and murdering of black people all over the world, which he and she deserves. The folks who are responsible for it, not the innocent Caucasians who are, in the same boat you in. They got to get up and go to work every day just like you do, or they got to go to class every day like you do and get their education. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about white supremacists. I make that clear. I don't do kill whitey commentary here. Because all Caucasian people are not responsible for white supremacy, but we know who is. And we need to be honest about that. You digs? See, you have to understand something. They love to walk around and say, these white supremacists, especially these ones in the media, they love to walk around here talking that bullshit. Oh, you black people. Oh, the reason why you're in the condition you're in today, oh, it's because, you're lazy. You people are lazy. Never mind us being brought over here in chains. Never mind any of that. Taking our God away, our language, our religions in some cases, any kind of culture. They took all of that. That's why when you look at the slaves that were taken to Latin America and the Caribbean, you notice they still have their African culture. You see it in Cuba, you see it in the DR, you see it in Puerto Rico, you see it in Jamaica, you see it in the British and in U.S. Virgin Islands, you see it in Antigua, you see it all over the Caribbean, as well as South America, because I was fortunate enough You know, when I went to Brazil, I didn't realize how many black people were down there. I didn't realize how many black people are in Colombia or Venezuela. But when they show footage of these countries, they only show the Caucasian ones. They don't show the black ones or the mixed ones. They don't show them. So when you get on a plane and grab your passport and get on a plane and fly to these different countries and you see all these black people at the airport, you're like, man, the hell? Where these black people come from? When I went to Costa Rica, I saw people look just like me. I was like, what up? They were like, what up? You know, I was like, damn. Okay, cool as hell. They just didn't speak no English, but they knew what that meant. Oh, they knew what that meant. So the Black-O-Nomics game got to be on fleek for 2019. Support black-owned businesses. I'm really seriously thinking about moving back to the hood once I get my paper up, because I want to be the example of I didn't leave. I remember one time I was looking at some footage of Too Short. Too Short took some money and he went back to Oakland. Hold on, man. My damn, who's that keep texting my ass? Anyway, sorry about that, players. Playettes. I remember Too Short. He started this. His nonprofit opened this mini studio for these kids in Oakland, and he would bring them in and show them how to do engineering, work with the computer, you know, using the software like Cakewalk and Pro Tools. I like Pro Tools better than Cakewalk. And he was talking to them, and they were interviewing one of the young sisters, and she said something that really got my attention. She said, one thing I love about Too Short is he came back. He didn't just leave. He came back. He came back. See, you got to understand, when you like I don't care what kind of athletics you in or what kind of entertainment you're in. Guys like Too Short will never end up like Bill Cosby, because he's still got a connection to his people all around the world. And black people appreciate that. I don't care if it's a dusty nigga. He still appreciates that shit. Even the welfare hoe, she appreciates that shit. Okay? Too Short can get love. He got love all over this country. Even niggas that don't like his music, they still got respect for him as a man. And that goes a long way. But when you start pointing your finger in people's faces, doing the kind of shit Bill Cosby was doing, that's when niggas be like, oh, we ain't finna ride for you, dog. You gonna sit over there in that cell and rot, because you didn't do shit for us. Yeah, you did some stuff, but you sat back on your high horse and you was like, nigga, I'm better than y'all. You don't never do that, man. Don't ever do that. Because niggas love to say, hey, Ice, man, as soon as I get some paper, I'm like, fuck these niggas, man. I'm like, man, don't do that. Even if you got to move out for a while, hey, you keep your ear to the streets. You keep your contacts to the streets, because those are going to be the people who are going to ride for you when these white supremacists come after your ass. And they always do. As soon as a black man goes out here and makes 2 quarters to rub together, here come the white supremacists with their bullshit. So in 2019, whatever you did in 2018, stop doing it if it ain't got nothing to do with black empowerment. Because your money, I was going to do this. I'm going to do it on my whiteboard over here. The next time we talk about macroeconomics, I'm gonna draw this diagram on my whiteboard over here, and I'm just gonna take my computer over there and let you guys see what I'm talking about, so I can do the rest of my lecture over there. But you have to understand, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write economics in the middle of the board, and then I'm gonna draw lines to all these other things like education, entertainment, transportation, food. Everything is tied to economics in the Western Hemisphere, actually everywhere, because the white supremacists have gone all around the world and connected their banks to everybody else's country, with the exception of 3 countries: North Korea, Iran, and Syria. That's why they're in Syria. They're trying to make Assad bow down to the Western powers, and he ain't doing it. And then they lying on him, talking about he gassing his own people. He ain't doing that. He ain't doing that. But I know who probably is. See, that's the kind of evil shit they do. Now, America has sat up there for the last 50 years and shipped all their manufacturing over there to China, and now China's economy is almost bigger than ours. And now that China and Russia have joined forces, China and Russia always partner up against us. But at the same time, we really ain't against them either. I'm not going to get into that on this podcast. So you don't really want to believe any of the lies that they're telling you on the CBS, NBC, ABC, MSNBC, CNN, and all these other so-called news networks. You don't want to listen to none of that shit other than for entertainment's sake. Because they're lying. The only reason why they keep jumping on Iran, North Korea, and Syria is because they're the last 3 countries that don't have the Rothschilds' hand in they pocket. You digs? And I'm tired of seeing black folks do without. I'm tired of black people doing without. We're doing without because we don't want to get on code. We don't want to get on one accord when it comes to our paper. We don't have to be politically on the same page, but we have to be on the same page economically, because economics is what drives the next generation. Black folks have this stupid mentality that going to church and being a Christian is all we need to do. Meanwhile, everything else is fucked up. Every year, black people give black churches $11.8 billion. And that money goes into white-owned banks. And then the developers these white-owned banks loan these developers money to go and gentrify our neighborhoods. And you don't get angry about that? You're not troubled by that? that people like TD Fakes and Creflo Big Dollar and all these other old hustling ass no good ministers are taking your collection money, your offering plate money, and putting it in white banks. And then these white-owned developers are going into your community, your neighborhoods, gentrifying and kicking your auntie and uncle and your grandmama out their house. That's why people like me, once we get to a certain level, we need to go move back to the hood, even if it's just part-time. No, am I going to move like all my effects to the hood? No, I ain't stupid. Because you always going to have haters. But that don't mean I can't open an office. That don't mean I can't, buy a condo or a little 3-bedroom house in the hood and help our people out. I'm interested in doing that once I get my paper right. You digs? T-Mason 995, happy birthday, brother. Where my man Brown Sausage at? Apple cider, I see you, bruh. Triple T Kill, always got a brother's back. Appreciate it. By the way, guys, yeah, my nigga E40. I know E40's uncle. Yeah, I know E40's uncle. But please go to asktheiceman.com and donate $10 today. Let's go ahead and get this thing popping. Let's try to raise 100 tonight. We ain't been doing this for a minute, so I know y'all got some paper. If you got money for Red Dead Redemption 2 and all these other PlayStation and Xbox games, you got $10. You got $80 for a game, $60, $70, $80 for a game. You got $10 to donate. Now remember, your donation is tax deductible. Okay, so go to asktheiceman.com, asktheiceman.com, scroll down to the donate button and donate $10 today, players. Oh yeah, Tucker Carlson is full of shit. Anytime you hear these liberals or these conservatives talking about Dr. King and well, what about Dr. King's legacy? Let me explain something to you. White folks despised Dr. King, and they still do. They despised him. They hated Dr. King just as much as they hated Malcolm X. They're so full of shit. Trying to go back, 50 years later here, they trying to act like they love Dr. King. They don't love Dr. King. They don't love him today and they ain't love him then. I know because I lived through that shit. They hated Dr. King. And so did the coons, mammies, and Negro bedwenches. You causing trouble, Dr. King. You making the block hot. Scary ass niggas. Don't never listen to none of these jive ass coons. Don't listen to these coons, man. These coons, mammies, and Negro bedwenches that try to act like they love Dr. King so goddamn much. A lot of these old scary niggas, my father's age, they were the main ones talking about fuck Dr. King. You cause a trouble for us. The white supremacists gonna jump on your ass whether Dr. King said anything or not. But we some fools. You got black folks out here that want to engage in petty bullshit. Like every time I do a podcast, I got white supremacists or I got black men and women who want to come by the podcast and cause trouble. Whether I'm doing the Player Circle podcast on Saturdays or not. Just coming by acting a damn fool. Yeah, Ice Man, you think you better than everybody. You just saying dumb shit. You hustling our people, Ice Man. Yet, they don't say nothing about Nordstrom's hustling your ass. You don't say nothing about the credit card company. You don't say nothing about Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and Novus, who owns Discover Card. You don't say nothing about them hustling you. You don't say nothing about Bank of America hustling you. You don't say nothing about the mortgage industry hustling you. You don't say nothing about Macy's hustling you. And they don't give you shit in return. That's why I don't let up. Whenever I have people that say, hey, what am I getting for a donation? You getting game. And if you don't know how to turn this information into something you can use on your daily travels, then you just a dumb, dusty ass nigga. You just a dumb, dusty ass nigga who ain't doing nothing anyway. There's a reason why Walmart sells computers for $100. Hell, I think at some Walmarts, you can get these little tablets for 80, 90 bucks. And stand them up on you can get a little stand for $10 or $5 on Amazon and stand it up like this. You don't know what kind of machine they own. And you can get the YouTube app or the Facebook app. So they made the playing field a lot more accessible and even for everybody because all devices have cameras on them, video and still. So they have every capability out here. Don't get it twisted, player. Don't get it twisted. There's a reason why they dropped the cost of a computer down from $800-900. They want everybody to have access to the internet. And now that there's hotspots all over the place, people, you have no excuse not to be able to get connected to the internet. When I was living in Europe, they were just starting to do that. You digs? They don't do anything for nothing. Business let me tell you something. Businesses in this country don't do anything for nothing. There's a reason why they do everything. Nothing is by happenstance. Nothing is a coinky-dink. Everything is a calculated move on their part. You just think random because you ain't got time to break that shit down like I do. "2019 is going to be a different year from 2018. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the one thing I noticed is that a lot of black people are waking up thanks to the internet. A lot of black people are waking up and they're tired of getting their asses kicked. And they're starting to pay attention. So content creators like myself are starting to get more attention, and there's less attention being paid to that TV. Because we know 99.9% of what comes through that screen is bullshit. And people want to hear the truth, even if they don't want to hear it. They would rather hear, I've even had white supremacists and some Latinos who didn't like some of the stuff that I talk about on my show. I even have had some of them reach out to me and say, hey, man, I respect what you do, but, I don't agree with everything you talk about. I said, my show ain't here. I'm not here. I'm actually not even here for you. But if you want to listen, that's fine. I have no problem with you listening. As long as you don't disrupt the show and I have to block your ass, because I will block you. And I will unfriend you on Facebook. I don't have to have no friends on Facebook. I'll unfriend your ass. That way you won't be able to see anything I'm doing. Because all I got to do is set it to friends only. You won't be able to see it. Nothing these people do is an accident. Everything they do is calculated. And you need to be more calculating with your moves, especially with your money. A lot of brothers and sisters want to be out here doing random shit. And that random shit is going to cost you big time when you get older. When you get my age, all that fucking around that you did when you were 25, that shit going to catch up to your ass when you 50. That shit going to catch up to you, dog. And the way they tightening up this economy, there ain't no jobs out here, man. How many of y'all working 3 or 4 different part-time jobs and you still ain't making it? Especially those of you who live in in places like Chicago or the Northeast. You live in Pittsburgh, you live in Philly, you live in you living in the New York City area. Well, I'll just say the tri-state area or the tri-state area, or you living in Boston. You know what the hell I'm saying? You up here working at Starbucks, you working at a grocery store, you driving Lyft, you driving for Lyft, and you driving for Uber, trying to put food on the table. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're doing because I've been there. I've worked 2 jobs. I've worked 3 jobs and still wasn't making it. I remember one time I was working 3 jobs. I was so tired, I would literally fall asleep behind the wheel of my vehicle trying to get to the next job. I was so sleepy. I remember one time my car broke down and I was riding a bike to 3 different jobs and I was falling asleep on the bike. Do you know how tired you got to be to ride a bike and be tired and be falling asleep? So when people say, Iceman, you don't know what it is to struggle, fuck you, nigga. Take it from an OG. I've been there. I've been homeless. Fuck out of here. I still ain't where I need to be. So fuck you hating ass niggas. Don't view me through your fucked up eyes. We got too many cowards out here. We got too many cowards. We ain't got enough riders out here. We got too many niggas sitting around counting other niggas' money. Like this Timmy Slimans nigga. You hustling, I'm out here busting my ass, trying to pay child support, getting behind on bills, barely paying rent. And I'm sitting up here and I got some motherfucking asshole child support motherfucker chasing my ass. Don't sit up here and tell me about struggling. Nigga, you ain't began to struggle. That's why go to my other channel, the Iceman Unchained on YouTube. Go to my other channel and listen to that video I did about a year and a half ago, maybe even 2 years ago, called Once Upon a Time When the Iceman Was Dusty. You need to listen to that video. That's about a 3-hour video I did. We have to stop. See, you have to understand something, brothers and sisters. Wouldn't you rather donate money and get a tax deductible, get a tax deduction on your 2020 taxes? Wouldn't you rather do that and donate to my nonprofit than to sit up here and give your money to these white supremacists who ain't doing nothing but living the high life off your money? That's why I'm telling y'all, I'm dumping cable this year. I'm getting rid of cable, and I'm gonna just get that Fire Stick, and I'm gonna fuck with Amazon. I'm gonna get that Fire Stick, and I'm getting rid of this cable shit. I ain't dealing with cable no more. I'm gonna go get I'm gonna go get CenturyLink internet, and that's it. I'm just gonna have internet, and I'm just gonna look at Netflix, and I'm gonna use that Fire Stick. I ain't fucking with cable no more. After this, after June, I ain't fucking with cable anymore, because all they've done was fuck me over and take my money, especially no good Comcast. Time Warner wasn't that bad, but then Spectrum bought them out, and then they started cutting shit. Fuck cable, and fuck satellite TV too, by the way. Fuck direct TV. All them motherfuckers, all you need is internet. Because with that Fire Stick, you can still watch live TV. All you have to do is have the internet. Poke that motherfucker in the side of your TV, and you can watch every show that's out. Plus, if you Amazon Prime, you got access to all them goddamn TV shows and movies on Amazon Prime. And you got Netflix on your TV. You don't need that cable shit. Their internet is garbage. I had a Caucasian dude over here. It's like, man, you need to go ahead and get CenturyLink. Fuck Comcast. Comcast ain't shit. I said, yeah. I said, the only thing that I need Comcast for is my phone, my landline, for my fax machine. That's it. I don't need them for nothing else. CenturyLink ain't doing nothing else right now. But like I said, fuck Comcast. Every time I turn around, them motherfuckers is costing me money. And then the shit going out, the cheap ass Chinese made fucking DVR box keep going out. Then I had these weirdos coming over here in my fucking house. And I'm just like, well, what you gonna do? I'm gonna give you another box. Then they put another box in there. Three months later, the shit back fucking up again. No wonder Comcast is a multi-billion-dollar company. Look how much them little fucking boxes ain't worth shit. They get that shit made in China for $2.50. They've been subsidizing China's economy for the last 50 years, taking jobs from us. And I get idiots talking about ICE, man. Why you guys talking about manufacturing job? The manufacturing is that's the industrial revolution. That's the industrial age. I'm like, you stupid ass nigga. So let me just get this straight. So you sitting here like a dumbass nigga in a country that has nothing but retail and fast casual and casual dining. You do understand those jobs don't pay anything, right? You do understand those jobs have no medical benefits, right? You do know those jobs have no 401k, right? You do know those jobs don't have IRAs attached to them, do you? You do know that, right? You do know that you can work those jobs forever and still never get anywhere. I've been pleading for the past 8 years, 9 years on this show, on this platform on YouTube. I have been pleading with Black people to get a skill that is recession proof. Everybody needs their plumbing fixed. Everybody needs their electrical fixed. Everybody needs their HVAC fixed. And I get niggas talking about, man. So you would rather sit in your mama's basement or live up in your grandmama's attic, sleeping on a racing car bed. You a grown ass man sleeping on a racing car bed, working at Foot Locker, making minimum wage. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Oh man, I be getting them new Jordans though, Ice. I'm like, you little stupid nigga. What kind of life do you think you can build working at Starbucks, working 30 hours a week? Huh? What kind of life do you think you can build? See, when you're 25 years old, life ain't but getting pizza, getting some pussy, getting some dick, maybe half-ass going to college, whether it's at the university or the community college level, and trying to figure out what the fuck you want to do in life. But let me tell you something. If you a woman and you go out here and have a kid, the shit just got real. If you one of these little young dudes and you don't went up here and knocked somebody up and got somebody pregnant, shit just got real for you, nigga. You can't fuck off no more once you get somebody pregnant. That's why you got so many dusty ass Insta thoughts out here. Them bitches ain't making no money. They get a few extra, they get some free lingerie from some of these lesser known companies. Not no Victoria's Secret ain't gonna fuck with no dusty ass black woman. They ain't gonna deal with no stripper because they don't want to be associated with some old grimy looking thought. So if you on King magazine and all that old silly shit, they ain't fucking with them black women. They'll deal with them white girls though. They'll you know, Fashion Nova and all them kind of people. You'll get $1,000 to headline at a strip club. You'll get, you know, $1,500 to and a couple of drinks at the neighborhood club. But that's as far as it's gonna go. And what happens when you have a baby, which half them bitches got kids? What happens when you have a baby or you hit the wall? Because we do know the wall is undefeated. Okay? The wall has won every Super Bowl. That's one thing. Women can talk shit. Let me tell you something about these American women. American women be out here talking shit, but one thing you can't, the one motherfucker you can't fuck with is the wall. The wall is undefeated. The wall is like, okay? What up, Chris Walker? Dominic Huff, what up, yo? He said, my man Chris Walker said, the wall is the reigning champ. And some of these women be hitting that wall at 28, 30 years old. You cannot outrun the wall, ladies. See, a man can let himself get sloppy in a motherfucker, and he can just, you know, get tired of that shit after a couple of years and say, damn, man, I'm gonna go get me a gym membership. And a man could just, even if he don't want to do that, he could just go get some dumbbells from Walmart or some shit, couple kettlebells, look at some shit online. He like, oh, there's plenty of people on YouTube that do workouts. Shit, it's plenty of them. It's black women, it's black men, and other races, and there's a lot of Caucasians who are fitness people who know what they're doing. Some of them even do Facebook live shows for free. And a man will get himself in shape, because you have to understand about a man. As a man ages, his paper get better. If he got something, if he's got a skill, if he's self-employed, or he has a very in-demand skill, and he ain't out here going in and out of jail. You got to stay out of jail, brothers. I know it's hard. I've been there. You want to get your hustle on. I understand that. But at some point, you're going to have to get tired of going to jail. Cash me outside. That Cash App shit. I had some little dusty ass stripper. I you know, a lot of times when people send me friend requests on Facebook, sometimes I don't even go to their page. I don't have time. And somebody will send me a friend request, and next thing you know, I'll be sitting up here. Maybe, you know, by the time I get home, I'll be on Facebook, and I'll be like, man, let me see what's cracking. And I look on there, and next thing you know, it's some old dusty ass stripper at some old club, at some old strip club, walking around telling me, hey guys, hi, this is Shay. I'm about to hit the stage. Everybody hit my Cash App. I'm like, bitch, if you don't get your dusty ass out of here. Do you really think a bitch like that, by the time she get 40 years old, do you really think that bitch gonna have the looks to get money like that? Hell fucking no. And ain't no real niggas fucking with her. Let me see, black women, let me give you some game real quick. Look, especially if you one of these young women out here with your ass tooted up in the air. Let me give you some game real quick. See, old niggas like me, I get hit on by young women all the time, especially young white women. And they ain't really choosing that much down here in Portland, about 20 miles south of me. Portland ain't shit. Portland is a dirty ass, rusty ass, fake ass wannabe Seattle. That's what Portland is. Seattle, on the other hand, totally different story. Man, Seattle, them women be own brothers up there. Niggas be getting raped up there. The last time I was in Seattle, I ran across a young brother. He was sitting down there. He was like, yo, Ice, let me holler at you, dog. I said, what's wrong, bro? What's wrong with you? He was like, man, these bitches be calling me, man. Man, these bitches be taking the dick, man. Man, these white bitches, man, they be taking the dick. Ice, help me. I'll be like, God damn, bruh. Is it like that? Shit. Man, I was up there in Seattle around Christmas, and it was a couple of white girls trying to holler. And I was like, hey, it ain't. I think you need to move on past. Had some bitch, I was standing in line at a store, and some old below average looking white girl gonna tap me on the shoulder. Time. Do I know you? You look familiar. Man, I just turned back around. I'm like, bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of my face with your broken down looking ass. I guess she thought I was just gonna lay my Mac down or something because she was a white bitch. I don't know where you get that from. Let's keep it gangster. Okay? I ain't finna get at you like that. He said my old ass uncle loved going to prison. Yeah, that's sex worker. The sex worker hustle ain't working for them bitches, man. You got to understand something. See, if these little raggedy bitches, maybe Chrissy Teigen's got a new bikini line and she needs some bitches to wear her new bikini or her new lingerie line, so she'll get these little dusty ass women to wear her little shit and they little Insta thought little videos and shit. That's cute when you're 20 years old, but when your ass get 40 years old, you like, hey man, I need a endorsement deal that pays some money, because ain't nobody gonna pay no 35-year-old single mom to appear at the strip club or at the club where everybody goes. You ain't gonna get asked to be at no club. Ain't nobody asking Kim Kardashian to show up at no club no more. Her stock done went down. That's why she out here doing all this other stupid shit. Or she trying to act like she's some political activist. Ooh, we helped get Centoya Brown out of jail. I'm like, motherfucker, get out of here. That bitch just getting let out of jail. She ain't getting let out of prison. She gonna be on 10 years probation. She can't drink and she can't smoke no bud. Okay? And she's still gonna have a felony on her record. Does that sound like she getting let out of prison for free? Does that sound like, she's getting let out of prison and her situation, her records getting wiped clean? No. That's why so many little young niggas out here be doing all that guerrilla pimping. Shooting drugs, shooting junk up in these hoes' fucking veins to get them to sell that pussy at the Super 8. I see that shit. If you go to, especially when you go down south, you go down I-40 and you stop in these little dinky ass fucking little towns and you stop at these little raggedy ass Days Inn or Super 8 motel, and you see these raggedy looking bitches coming in and out of there. I'm like, man, these bitches selling pussy. They ain't fooling nobody. See, it's starting to get harder. See, you have to understand, guys, Trump is making it harder and harder for women to sell their pussy, to run their pussy like a hotel. It's getting harder and harder in the Trump era to run your pussy like a small business. It's getting harder and harder to do that because women don't, you got to understand, almost 100% of these women out here need instructions. They need instructions. And the only person that can give them any worthwhile logical instructions is a man. And you gotta understand, they ain't growing up in the house with men. They growing up in the house with they no good grandmama who's a hoe. They growing up in the house with they no good mama who's an old hoe. Now they a young hoe. So they go out here in the streets and they think they can pop their pussy for 25 cents a second. And as soon as that ass start hitting the wall, because with all that alcohol they drinking, because you got to understand, there's a reason why them little below average and average looking white girls be in the gym working out. Because they know that the best thing they can do is to at least have a tight body. Because they know they can't really compete against black women or other races of women. They can't compete against no Indian woman that was born here that work out. They can't compete against no Latina that got her shit together. They can't compete against them. They can't compete against a black woman that eat healthy and work out. They can't compete. They know they can't compete. But a lot of these black women, they ain't doing nothing but popping their pussy all over town. And after a while, after you have all them little nappy head kids, you start running out of options. Well, legalizing prostitution is already, in some cases, it's legal. It's already legal. That's why these bitches think they can show up for a date, get a free drink or a free dinner or both, and then walk out of there with your liquor and that dinner and that steak in they stomach. And they think it's okay for them to do that without you not slapping the shit out of them. That's where that shit come from. See, you got to understand. See, a lot of you niggas, y'all ain't that old. But let me explain something to you. Back in my day, back when I was y'all age, man, let me tell you something. A bitch would never, let me tell you something about these females. These females would never try that shit. Never. They would never do that. Because they knew that the chances of them getting their ass kicked was too risky. It was too risky. Everybody go to AskTheIceman.com. Everybody go to AskTheIceman.com. Please donate $10 tonight. Let's go ahead and try to raise $100 tonight. See, you got to understand about the media today. They realize that people like me, and obviously I'm still in the infant stages of what I'm doing, but all right, guys, we're at $30. Come on, we got 70 to go. Come on. If you haven't donated by recurring automatic donation, either weekly or monthly, and you haven't donated today, please go to asktheiceman.com and donate. We're just asking for $10 tonight. Let's get it popping. Come on, man. We're also doing the triple cast. Let me see if anybody is sitting in the queue. Hey, guys, we're going to be on blogtalkradio.com a few more minutes. Why don't you guys call in? Guest call-in numbers, area code 646-668-2291. Guest call-in numbers, area code 646-668-2291. You digs? Come on, let's get it popping. And it's just like this one brother. It's just like this cat was telling me the other week. I was talking to a cat the other day, and he said, "You know what, Ice? The problem with our people is we'll go out there and fuck our money off on video games and comedy shows and dumb shit, and then come home and beg everybody else for what we need." I got a brother like that. He'll sit up here and fuck his money off and then call my dad asking for money. And then my dad will call me complaining, talking about, yeah, your brother, he asked me for some money. He down there putting premium unleaded gas in his damn car. I said, don't give his ass no more money then. See, we'll go do shit like that. So you guys have to understand something. The year of popping the pussy is over. Because even if Trump ain't going to get indicted by the Senate. I think he has to get 2/3 of the Senate have to convict him. And you got 100 senators. You got Democratic senators who ain't going to do it. They're like, I ain't voting. Or they'll vote against it. And the reason why Trump passed criminal justice reform is because it just in case him and his family go to prison, which he ain't gonna go because Pence will pardon him. Just like when Nixon, see, I lived through Nixon, Tricky Dick. When Nixon, that was some embarrassing shit. To see your president on, I remember that day when Nixon got on TV and said he was resigning the presidency so he didn't get locked up because they indicted his ass for Watergate. See, a lot of people fear Trump. And I keep telling people the one you really need to fear is Pence. That's the one Trump is like, I don't give a damn. I got homos that's friends of mine. They got money. Okay? Trump ain't really tripping on that kind of stuff. Pence hates homos. Those evangelicals like him can't stand homosexuals. So when I see all these black women think, oh, we're going to get Trump out of there. You don't understand who his vice president is, do you? Just like people used to say that Bush's vice president was worse than him. And people don't understand that. Bush was like, okay. And they are cutting right now. Section 8 all over the country is being cut. Somebody sent me a link today on Facebook saying, hey, Ice, they ain't giving out no SNAP benefits while this shutdown is going on. And what people fail to realize is that Clinton did the same thing. Clinton shut the government down for like a week. So all these to miss me with that, oh, Trump is the devil shit. And you know what? Let me say this to all you federal employees. You ought to be embarrassed that you got a federal job and you are living paycheck to paycheck. You need your ass kicked. And you out here making all that fucking money and you up here can't pay your mortgage or your goddamn bills. And you got all these old whining mammies all over CNN talking about, well, I've interviewed people, federal employees here in DC, and they're struggling. You know what? You shouldn't be. See, that's what happens with most people that make money. They fuck their money off. Now that the government been shut down, they like, oh, man, I can't pay my rent. You got Trump up there telling motherfuckers, well, look at here. Maybe you can clean up your apartment complex for in exchange for rent. Cause I'm gonna get my money for this wall. Okay? I'm gonna get this money for this wall. Oh yeah. Oh, Pence is worse. Let me tell you something. If Pence ain't as bad as Dick Cheney, he's probably worse. And that's what people need to understand. Yeah, you can get rid of Trump, but you got somebody that's more skillful as a politician sitting behind his ass. Just like Bush, when Bush's daddy was vice president to Reagan. The reason why you got all these people walking up here all the way from Central America is because of all the CIA dirty shit that was being done when he was CIA director and then vice president. So it's good that nobody's getting welfare. Get your ass out there and sell goat milk, bitch. Still sitting on your lazy ass, having babies, expecting the government to take care of your lazy ass. Welfare is it should only be used for a few months to get your head right, to get your ass back out there in the job market, not to sit on your lazy ass and not do shit for 17 years. And yet Clinton's lying ass said that people with the legislation he pushed through Congress that they was only going to be able to be on welfare for 5 years. So what did women start doing? Going from state to state, being on welfare. That's the hustle now. But some states like to hand out their welfare because the more money they get, the more jobs they create, because somebody's got to work. Somebody's got to manage that process. So if there's less people on welfare, then there's less state jobs. You see how that works? Because I know that's the hustle up there in Minnesota. The state of Minnesota loves to hand out welfare. That's why so many hood rats, white, black, and brown hood rats up there in the Twin Cities area. The Twin Cities been overrun with welfare hoes of all races. It ain't just black women, because there ain't hardly no black women in Minneapolis, St. Paul. But we got to get our economic game on point. Stop hating on other black. So you guys have to understand something. The black men and women that are out here hating on people like me and you, those of you who are content creators, those black men and women who do that shit, these are dusty niggas, ain't got nothing happening. And the second reason why, somebody asked me not too long ago, The second reason why I ask for donations is not for me. See, from January to first week of August, I fundraise for backpacks and clothing for inner city Black kids for the next school year. And then from August to December, I fundraise for clothing and, well, I say clothing drives. I don't buy toys no more. I used to be involved with the Toys for Tots thing through different organizations. I don't do that no more, because to me, toys ain't important when your child is walking around with the tongue of their shoe flapping out. At the end of the day, I think a child would rather have some nice, brand new, clean clothes to wear rather than have toys and no clothes. So I support the clothing drives. So that's what I do. This money doesn't go to me. And even if it did, and even if, let's just say, even if it did, so what? Your hating still is unjustified. But the whole Black-O-Nomics game, when we start talking about with my man Dr. Clark Anderson with Powernomics, I got to get his books. I used to have the Powernomics book, and I ended up losing it. But I'm gonna get all his books this year. But I got to write my second book. Oh, by the way, if you don't have it, go get it. This is my first book, The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1. I talk about geopolitics. I talk about mental health in the Black community. I talk about everything in here. My background is psychotherapy and psychopathology. I talk about white supremacy in this book. I talk about Tulsa. I talk about everything in here. And I also talk about dating. But my second book, The Dating Bible, hopefully I'll have that done by the first week of June. But this is my first book. You can get this at AskTheIceman.com, or you can get this at Amazon.com. If you want an autographed copy, go to AskTheIceman.com, scroll down the Add to Cart button, and then go from there, and I'll sign it and send it to you. Tell me my internet done froze up. Man, I don't know what's wrong with, man, Facebook be fucking up, man. I don't know what's, man, this thing is fucking up. We're going to go to the phones real quick. You're on the air with the Iceman. Who am I speaking with? Oh, what's up? What's up, homie? Where you calling from? Yo, what's on your mind, big dog? For sure, man. For sure. Right. It exactly. And exactly. And you know how it was back in the day. Guys that laced me with game, the cats coming back from Vietnam, you know, and the Black Panthers cats, you know, if they saw us out in the street doing dumb shit, they would pull us to the side and say, "Young blood, what you doing? Do I need to go come over there to the house and holler at you?" And I'm like, "No, man." Exactly. Word. For sure. Exactly. Exactly. You know, the one thing that one of my uncles was saying to me a few years back, he said, look, man, he said, believe it or not, somebody is benefiting from what you're saying. And those are the folks that you got to ride for, because the dusty niggas, they gonna be who they are, and they gonna do what they do. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Right, right. 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 And you know that's by design. That is and the more research I do on not just, you know, people think, you know, a lot of cats from our generation, you know, we're very aware of COINTELPRO, but that wasn't the only thing, that wasn't the only game that the CIA was kicking. You know, they put a lot of other stuff out there. And exactly, you got to understand, they got plenty of PhDs at Harvard and Yale and MIT, who even 50 years ago was telling them, hey, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do to put these people socially to affect them socially and to affect them as far as their social psychology, which is how does a group think collectively, and then individually, when you start talking about cognitive processing, how you process the information that goes in through your eyes and in your ears, but then your brain processes it and you actually act it out. When you look at what you see with no men in the home, you got all these dusty broads out here having children they can't take care of. You got, women who you can't, and I'm gonna get, and that's gonna be my next thing. I'm gonna start talking about why these other races of men are more successful than black men in America. I'm gonna get into that in a minute. And I'm gonna break down how that has happened and why that has happened. And why it looks from the outside looking in, it looks like we're a total lost cause, because it's their media where right, exactly. No level of manhood. Hey, but hey, thanks. Exactly. Exactly. Be a man about yours. Exactly. For sure. For sure. Yeah, we got to keep fighting. I think Trump is providing an opportunity, though. He's providing an opportunity for those of us who are enlightened to use that as a platform, because the hustle, the welfare hustle is done for. That's done for. Exactly. Oh, for sure. That's it. That's it. Exactly. I miss them days. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. But, thank you, brother. Thanks a lot for supporting, brother. Thanks for calling in. Thank you. Show. You're tuning into the Iceman Show podcast. I am your host, the Iceman. Want to thank Rebel for calling in. But let's go ahead and let's go ahead and shut down Blog Talk Radio so we can focus on the remainder of the podcast. Let me read something. Let me read something that Walk 434 just posted up a few minutes ago. Oh yeah, Blog Talk Radio's on the same platform, so you can go back and listen to it. But once they upload it, you'll hear it in full audio. But on here, you can't hear it because I'm using the same computer. What I was going to originally do when I started doing the triple cast is I was going to use another one of my laptops, but man, I tried to do it the first day and it was just not working. So, but anyway, let me read something Walk 434 was wrote on here. He said, as long as those single mothers know they will get a handout, there's no incentive for them to stay with their baby's fathers or fuck good black men to have kids by. Exactly. That's why it's imperative that Trump shuts this shit down, because you have to understand, when you look at feminism, feminism is I'm going to talk about this in the Dayton Bible. Feminism is a subversive program, social program, construct program that the CIA came up with so that they can keep black men from organized, because I'm gonna get into the whole thing about why black men are less successful than other races of men. I'm gonna get into that in a minute, and I'm gonna further explain this. But what you have to understand is that feminism has been an apparatus that has been used to fix it to where the super rich, the ruling class individuals keep the black men and these other races of men from getting up there economically where they are. That's what feminism was really about. Because you have to understand, as long as people are focusing on bullshit like feminism and LGBT rights and all this other kind of dumb shit, we're not paying attention to what the real problem is, which is white supremacy. You have to understand something. Some people want to sit around. See, you have to see, this is why women don't have. I remember when I first started doing Blog Talk Radio back in 2011, I had people on Facebook, I had women on Facebook, some of my Facebook friends, a lot of them would say ignorant shit like this. They say, "Oh, Iceman, you don't want women calling into your show." I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? You seem like you don't want women calling in. And you know what? And I had a brother who was a friend of the show at the time. He said, Ice, he said, you know what, man? When we're sitting up here trying to discuss business, we really don't even need these women to be in the room, because all they gonna do is get niggas distracted. Because some niggas don't know how to have women in the room and for them to be able to still concentrate on business. See, when I was growing up, the men would sit and talk about business, and the women didn't do shit but serve vanilla wafers and punch. That's how it was. See, y'all been raised, a lot of you niggas been raised by these females. So you think that, so you don't understand male energy. You don't understand male energy. And you as a man, if the men were cussing, then they didn't have us out there. But if they was just talking about general business, They didn't have a problem with the boys sitting down there with them, listening to the OGs talk game. You understand where I'm going with this? See, the problem with at its face, feminism looks like it's just about men versus women. It's far more complex than that. And that's why I started discussing that in this. I started off in here. But when I finally made the correlation between the CIA and feminism, then that's when I was like, okay, this is more, I got to expound on what I started in here. Okay. Yeah, Gloria Steinem, she is a self-admitted CIA operative. You digs? Now, there's a reason why black men, the original and only alpha males, there's a reason why we are less successful economically in America than some of these other groups of men. And the number one reason is because of what we have as a piece of a woman. The majority of black women out here are race traders. And not only are they race traders, they are white supremacist cheerleaders. You and I will be standing out there protesting and picketing these Asian thieves who are in our neighborhoods sucking off of us with their parasitic asses. We'll be out there saying, hey, don't patronize these Asian nail shops. And you got these mammies and these Negro bed wenches and these coons still going up in there getting their hair and nails done. And then when they do a shitty job and these black women don't want to pay, then all of these Asian women, including the men, are beating the brakes off of their asses. And then they up there talking about, hey, black men don't want to protect us. Look here. Let me explain something to you. The only women I'm willing to protect is some of the women in my families, and that's it. Okay? Some of my aunties who have been decent women over the years and who helped take care of me when we came down there on vacation, those are the only aunts, and some of my female cousins. Those are the only women I protect. The rest of y'all, the hood rats, the weave wearing crowd, you ain't getting no help from me. I ain't putting my life on the line for no hood rat who don't have no respect for black men. A man, collectively, a man can only be as successful as his woman is supportive. You understand me? You really can't get anything done if you got a snake in your bed. Picture this. Dig if you will. You laying in bed and you got a snake in your bed. How much sleep are you going to get? You got a rattlesnake. Not even a rattlesnake. You got a cobra in your goddamn bed. How much sleep are you going to get, black man? Huh? How much sleep are you going to get? And then you got these black women have the nerve to be talking about somebody protecting them? Shit. You are out of your mind if you think I'm going to put my life in danger for your hood rat food stamp carrying ass. Talking about these other men out here, they protect their women. Yeah, everybody else's women be representing too and backing their men up. One thing I notice about these other races, no matter how wrong they men will be, they women will still show a united front in public. Now, there might be some different shit in private, but in public, oh, it's on. It's them against you. See, black women done ate the pound cake, and now they sitting up there with gas. You asked for it, black women. You asked to be alone. You asked, and let me tell you something. See, you brothers, you have to understand the reason why you got so many black women running their mouth on YouTube, talking shit about black men. You know why? You know why they do that? Because no matter how fat they asses are, no matter how good looking some of these black women are, some of these hood rats are fine. They still have no man. Because let me tell you something. I'll go on Facebook and there'll always be a post on there from some tired ass black woman talking about, I'm a good looking woman. Seem like all these men want to do is fuck me and that's it. Well, who the fuck wants a 48-year-old woman that's hit the wall who's still attractive, but who has four grown-ass men for boys? I don't want somebody with 4 kids. You dumb bitch. You should have thought about that. You should have thought about that shit when you were using your pussy for a small business. Let's see your ass walk up in Bank of America with that old worn out pussy, and let's see if you can get a small business loan. Let me tell you something. The American black woman, I don't care how attractive she is. She can look like Tracy Edmonds. I don't give a fuck. The older you get, it's like me trying out for the NFL. What chances do you think I have with a broken up body and I'm in my mid-50s trying out for the NFL at this point? That's the chance most of you, that's the chance almost all of you baby mamas have who done sat up here and used your pussy for a hotel all these years. The chances of you getting a man full time, whether it's somebody to move in with you or somebody to ultimately marry you, I used to say slim to none. It's impossible unless he's a simp. Now, you will find an ugly simp. There are some simps out here who will take some old pussy. I ain't one of them. I wish I would go out here and get married again. But if I did, you can best believe it won't be a bitch my age. Look, let me tell you something. Ain't no way I'm going to sit up here and bother myself with some flabby ass single mom. Ain't no way. Motherfucker, you can never say never. Exactly. 430 credit score pussy. Bitches need their ass. He said, play their loan pussy. That's exactly what it is. Get this thick meat Tony piece of shit out of here, y'all. I see AutoZone and let folks out for the day. Okay? Recognize women are getting ready to have it rough in 2019 and 2020. And all these LGBT motherfuckers, they getting ready to take it on the chin too. Everybody, all these assholes getting ready to get dealt with, because I'm sick of this LGBT shit. I'm sick of swirlers. I'm sick of these swirlers. I'm seeing all this footage of swirlers talking about, I'm dating these white dudes and they keep calling me nigger. Yet you won't even date a black man, and his ass will try to treat you with some goddamn respect, and you'll shit all over him. You just got your booty cheeks got your booty cheeks wide open, just diarrhea shit just running all on the nigga. With your sorry ass. Like I said, black women are hurting right now. Did you know that I already knew that online black women don't nobody want to date black women. Did you know I saw a poll of how they rank women by race, and black women came behind Native American women. You know how some of these Native American women ain't even attractive. Black women rated last. And they said the number one reason why none of these other races of men want to seriously date and marry black women, the number one reason was totally disrespectful toward black men. And they said, well, if they're disrespectful and totally in a race traitor toward their own men and their own children, why would I want one of them? That's why I laugh at black women and say, oh, I date Mexican men. Date them all you want, bitch. You can be all extra in public. You can be all extra in public all you want. Because notice how you go to the movies, you with your girl, you with your, you got your chocolate sister that got her shit together. You got her, and y'all about to go see this new Denzel flick, and y'all up there, and here comes the Negro bed wench with her white dude, and she's all grabbing his balls all in front of you, grabbing all his non-existent butt and all this kind of shit, and they doing all this nasty ass kissing. Have you ever seen this type of shit? Look, I have been with I don't know how many black women, and they have never acted like that in public with me. But all of a sudden, they acting like a nasty ass slave with Zaddy. Have y'all seen this type of shit? I know those of you who live in Atlanta, I know you done seen this type of shit. And those of you who are living in the tri-state area, I know you done seen these Negro bed wenches, because I've seen them out there in LA. When I used to live in California, I see them all out at the movies. Soon as they see a black man, here they go, all tonguing it all up. People waiting in line, waiting to go pay for their movie tickets. Here, these two nasty motherfuckers are up here trying to show everybody how disgusting they are. I ain't protecting no black women. You on your own. Unless you're a decent, law-abiding black woman who's a wife of somebody. If you're somebody's wife and I'm coming out of CVS and you going out and you going in and some white supremacists try to step to you and I can tell you somebody's wife, yeah, I will step in. But if you just a baby mama, some old Come on, y'all kid, get out the car. Come on now. That type of bitch, I ain't helping you. I need somebody with some benefits, child. I need a nigga with some Obamacare to help little Larry. Little Larry, he touched in the head, he needs some help. He autistic, he automatic autistic. I remember I met this badass chocolate sister in Stank Antonio when I was down there about 6-7 years ago. And she told me she had an autistic son. I was like, she said, I got three kids and one of my kids are autistic. Man, that phone number never got called again. Oh, she got mad and said, she was like, hey, you black men, y'all ain't in it for the long haul. Fuck you. I ain't taking care of no retarded kids. Get the fuck out of here. The fuck I look like feeding Jello to a 25-year-old nigga talking about, fuck out of here, man. Just to get some pussy? Get the fuck out of here. No, ain't nothing wrong with being autistic. I got autistic relatives. What I'm saying is, I ain't taking care of them if they ain't my kid. If they're my kid, yeah. If they ain't, get the fuck out of here. You better call his daddy Reg. Because I ain't feeding that nigga baby food. And I ain't changing his shitty ass drawers just to get some pussy. You women ask for way too much in exchange for a piece of ass. You asking for too much and you ain't giving anything other than used vagina. That's why black women are the most single women in this country. I've seen damn near dimes on my other Facebook page who are almost my age or my age and still look good, talking about I can't find a man. Don't nobody want black men. Black men, let me tell you something. These black women ain't got all these men running after them like you think. A lot of these, let me tell you something about these black men. A lot of these black women are liars. They ain't got no man. I ain't gonna be no, look here, dog. I ain't gonna be no stepdaddy to nobody. I'll be cool with your kid, but I ain't gonna be his daddy. And again, I'm just here for the night, nigga. You heard? Because these bitches up here where I live at try to pull that shit. They think, well, I ain't just gonna show up and be just coming over your house. I'm like, bitch, well, don't think we gonna meet at Starbucks. I mean, we gonna meet at anywhere other than Starbucks. Don't think we gonna meet. Don't think we gonna meet on. You gonna send me a message on Facebook and then we gonna meet at Applebee's and you get a free shrimp scampi. It ain't gonna work like that. And a chocolate fudge sundae. You ain't getting none of that. Now, I will get it. And while you eating your chicken salad, I'm going to be over here grubbing like a motherfucker with grease all over my face. But I'm also paying for my food and you going to pay for yours. Since it's all about equality, why don't we share this check equally? Because I ain't paying for shit. The Iceman ain't giving you shit. How about that? That's why if you ain't if a guy's my age and if you see him and he's still married, 9 times out of 10, his woman is a good wife. He got a good wife and he know he got a good wife and he ain't trying to fuck that up. But that's not the norm. The norm is the brother you see my age looking miserable as a motherfucker at Target. Honey, let's look at these sheets right here. How many Targets do you want to go to look at these damn sheets? I be seeing brothers like that. They be looking miserable. They look miserable. Or you see the brother like me skipping through, looking like, walking like Sherman Hemsley, walking like the Jefferson, like George Jefferson, pimp walking like a motherfucker, light on my goddamn feet. Why? Because I ain't got a bitch dragging me down. You see OGs my age, man, if they got a raggedy ass woman with them, oh my God, they look miserable. Get this OG big dumps out of here. There's another fucking clown in here. Get that sorry motherfucker out of here. I'm sitting up here trying to kick game and this motherfucker in here talking stupid. So I know it's a white supremacist. Like I said, you can't cut these women any slack. See, a lot of brothers have gotten to the point where they just let these women beat them down. Okay, guys, we need, come on, man. We're at $45. Come on, man. We got 55 to go. Let's go, man. Come on. Let's get this. Come on. Let's get this $100. Come on, guys. Come on, man. Don't start the new year on a bad note. Let's get this minimum goal done tonight. Let's get this shit done. I don't do anything for women I don't have to do. Let me just say this here, man. Women provide, today's 2019 woman, she provides no essential help to you. None. You can get sex from a prostitute. So it shouldn't be just about ass. That's why I be telling that's why, women who do online dating are hilarious to me. This is why online dating is a joke. Because these women, they know they don't provide any kind of support to anybody. They ain't good to anybody, including themselves. And that's why they're on a last ditch effort to try and present themselves and get something for nothing. That's why there ain't nothing but a bunch of lonely ass, beat down, raggedy ass bitches of all ages and races on online dating. And that's why there ain't hardly any men on there. Let me tell you something. When online dating started to ramp up about maybe 2014, 2015, there was always more women on there, but it might have been maybe 60% women and 40% men. Now it's and we're not counting the LGBT men. We're not even counting LGBT men. Okay? So you got to take those men out of that group too. So fast forward to 2019, you look on, when I do research on online dating, the numbers are way more unbalanced than they were in 2014. It's like 80% women and 20% dudes on some sites. The pay sites are even worse. There ain't hardly any men on those sites. That's why when I did do online dating, every now and then I would get messages from women clear across the other side of the country. I'm like, why are you sending me a message? I ain't flying to no New York to meet you. Now, back in the day on social media, when on Black Planet, Yahoo Personals, which was free, yeah, you know, you meet somebody and, you know, if they live within 200 or 300 miles, yeah, I would get off work and go drive and go beat the pussy up all weekend and then drive back home. But see, these women then got hip to that. But again, you're not going to get anything if you're not giving anything. And if you a bitch that don't offer shit, you don't offer a man anything but used vagina, all you gonna get is tricks. They'll and see, that's why these women are so adamant about meeting for dinner or meeting for a drink, because they know under any other circumstances, based on, you know, some of these women are decent looking, but even the ones who are decent looking, their attitudes are so bad. And I'm talking about Caucasian women whose attitudes are horrible. Their attitudes are so bad that you looking at this bra and you're like, man, you a 42-year-old single mom. Do you really think I'm gonna break my back for you, bitch? Get the fuck out of here. I wish I would have somebody tell me to send them some money on a fucking Cash App. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. But like I said, there's so many dumbass niggas that be giving these women money, these tricks, these lonely ass tricks out here, and these simps that be, you know, giving these women money over, you know, the Snapchat and show they pussy. There's a lot of niggas out here doing that. It's niggas that listen to me on here. There's niggas that look at my show, look at my broadcast on YouTube and talk that shit and still be simping. Niggas still be simping. Hey, yeah, get them, Ice. These niggas still be tricking. Oh, no. Sorry, hey, brother. Oh, no. Guys, don't do super chat. I don't have super chat set up. When you go to ask, look, guys, listen. When you go to asktheiceman.com, scroll down to the donate button. And then from there, PayPal will have you do whatever you're going to do. But I do not have super chat set up. So if you do super chat, it's not going to take money off your debit or credit card. Yeah, go to asktheiceman.com, scroll down to the donate button and go from there. Look, guys, we got we're at $45. Let's go ahead and get this $100 knocked out, man. Come on, man. Let's get this 45. Let's get this 55 knocked out. We're at $45. Let's go ahead and get that last $55 knocked out. Come on, guys. If you haven't donated, please go to asktheiceman.com, scroll down to the donate button, and then please donate $10 tonight. Thank you. Yeah, Black Planet. I'm talking about early 2000s. When I did Black Planet, it was like 2000, 2001, 2002. I'm talking about back then. Oh, Black Planet is, yeah, well, of course Black Planet is a joke now. but shit, 2000, nigga. So some of you niggas is probably in Pampers. Shit, Black Planet now ain't nothing but fat bitch central. Ain't got nothing but dusty niggas and fat black and white women on there showing their ass. But back in the day, nigga, shit, before about 04, 05, shit. Nigga, do you know how many bitches I fucked off of Black Planet back in 2000, nigga? 2001? Shit, nigga, it was so easy back then. Nigga being like, now here's what me and my cousin crazy ass cousin used to do. We get on that nigga's computer and we send messages to like 100, 200 chicks. And out of them 100 chicks, we fuck at least 10 of them. Now, I know what you're thinking. That kind of, statistically, that's not cost advantageous. Yes, it is. Because we didn't pay for it. It was free. And back then, a lot of chicks would be like, just come to the crib. They'll give you the code to get in their apartment gate. And you, man, dog, those were the good old days. Those were the good old days. Oh, Facebook, you can't fuck no bitches off of Facebook, man. Ain't nothing but a bunch of sorry bitches on. Look, Facebook, man, Facebook really is just for me to add free advertising for my businesses. And then family. I got a lot of my family and people I went to school with are friends of mine on Facebook. That's the only thing I use Facebook for, so I ain't got to call them niggas. Okay? Because I hate talking on the phone. You digs? Come on, guys. Let's get this 55 knocked out. Come on, man. Guys, listen. For all the guys that support the podcast on every time I do a podcast, you showing major disrespect to the brothers and sisters who, without question, they support the podcast. Black people, look, we can't go. We in a new year. We got to stop the freeloading. Okay? We got to stop being freeloaders. When you try to freeload off a cable, what do? They cut your motherfucking ass off, don't they? Don't they? Real talk. What do? Does Comcast let you sit up there and watch ESPN for free? Huh, nigga? If you don't pay for Amazon Prime, is that Fire Stick gonna work, nigga? Huh? If you don't pay that $110 per year for Amazon Prime, is your Fire Stick gonna work, nigga? No. Don't ask how come black-owned businesses don't stick around to serve their people. The reason why we don't stick around and why a lot of black folks just sell out and become coons and go the way of people like Steve Harvey is because niggas like some of y'all don't support us. When we strike out on our own and try to provide you with information and in some cases entertainment, you show total disrespect by sitting up on your dead ass and not even wanting to contribute $10. Then you wonder why black people just disappear. The thing is, dude, first of all, let me just say this. I don't provide crappy service because the information I provide to you, if you had the mindset and if you needed this information and you didn't have it already, it could be very useful to you. The problem is you have to understand something. When I first got on YouTube, they weren't monetizing it. And then when Google bought it, they started monetizing and putting niggas in jail. Okay? They started freezing niggas' accounts. Soon as you said something about racism or white supremacy, here they go with that bullshit. Okay? Now they got it. Then they said, okay, well, we'll fix it to where people, if they don't curse, you can get AdSense money. I don't get any AdSense money. I don't get AdSense money. Why you think that Arab chick went up there to Northern Cali, went up there trying to shoot up the YouTube office? Because they keep changing shit so that they can get more money out of advertisers, but then don't pay you shit. You guys, you have to understand something. You guys may not be in that bad a shape. Look at this ugly bitch. I have had brothers listen to my show, living in their mama's basement, 25 years old, ain't doing shit with their lives. Niggas start listening to me, and 5 and 6 years later, I get an email from these guys saying, man, I own my own business, Ice. And you know why? Because I start listening to you. Like I said, what is Xbox and PlayStation doing for you? Huh? What is EA Sports doing for you? What is ESPN doing for you? The last time I checked, the black man is catching hell. So you have to understand something. I was looking at 60 Minutes this past Sunday, and they were interviewing that bubblehead Congresswoman Ocasio, whatever, Cortez, whatever the fuck her name is. And Anderson Cooper had said to her, you know, first of all, the seat that she took was a very well dug in incumbent Democrat. Okay? You have to ask yourself, how does a bartender / server go from that to being in Congress? And she said, what I did, well, you know what she did? She got out there on her own 2 legs and did a whole lot of footwork. She shook a lot of hands. That's how she made it work. These people who voted for her saw her value. See, black people look at each other and don't see value. And that's why those individuals that you see who might be in the chat room today, the next time I do this podcast, or next time I do the Players Circle podcast, you won't see those guys again. Why? Because they're going to unsub and they're going to go somewhere else and waste somebody else's time. Because you have to understand, black people have been programmed to shit on each other. Because I expect that out of other black men. I expect it. And I shouldn't, but that's the way it is. Black men don't support anything. Black women don't support anything with their dollars. And that's why we're losing. Because we got too many black men. Some of you who are in the chat room right now, we got too many black men and women who say, I got mine, you go get yours. Fuck the rest of you niggas. That's why we're losing. And economically, you can't sit here and blame everything on black women, because black women don't support most black folks with their dollars, but you niggas don't support shit either. But if I was EA Sports, you'd be in the game with your dumb ass. You'll give Madden all your money. You'll give EA Sports all your money with your video villain ass. You have to understand, you have so many black men and women who think it's somebody else's job to come by there and pay their bills for free. You have so many. Yeah, but you know what? I'm not Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is a coon. Okay? Michael Jordan don't give a shit about his people. I do. There's the difference. That's what you ought to get from, if you don't get anything else tonight, what you should get is that I care about my people. And I care about people in general. See, black folks, we always show up with our hands like this. See, now you guys are seeing the era of Black women's ways. Now you can actually see the tangible outcome of Black women being race traders. I'm not saying all Black women. I'm saying the ones who are the welfare hoes and the baby mamas. I'm talking about the ones who ain't got Black men's backs anyway. Now you're seeing the effects of Trumponomics on Black women because they're cutting off Section 8. Somebody posted something on Facebook of a woman in Tennessee who got her notice in the mail that said that by, I think, 60 days, she either got to move or she got to start paying damn near $2,000 a month for a 3-bedroom apartment. Guess what? The bitch ain't got a job. The bitch ain't got nan job, as my mom used to say. Did y'all see the footage of all them niggas running up in that damn store to get them Jordans about 2 or 3 weeks ago? Did y'all niggas see that shit? Black people, we embarrass ourselves all over the world, man. See, you have to understand something. With all of the trifling, bum-ass Black men and women out here, the bright spots are some of you guys and me to balance the bullshit. Because if you got to understand something. With some people around the world, the only type